outside. Just symptom entry exit, just as I said under the cab. Their neighbor that ended up showing up a lot of times among the public. A bus disco pole builder. The guy who was walking across. There's all these people that live in the same apartment complex who keep showing up by symptom entry exit. That's one of the important things we get in the company. Gang stalkers in the neighborhood and gang stalking neighbors in the same thing, which means you will get sent by the hand to show up and go overboard. Attempting to arrest. I'm not saying he owns the SAHA or the cop or St. Jackson. That is attacked. So if you wonder what the title means, I'm the target of a secret persecution program, state persecution program. So I'm a target of gang stalking. It's called a secret persecution program. I've been targeted with this more than 10 years, more than a decade. And it's a modern day global version of the assassin program. The former head of Los Angeles FBI feminist one after David, the gang stalker is real. Det var Ted Gunderson. And it's very similar to the assassin program, the Jamaican military. People are recruited to target them before it's been told with them. One of the goals of the program is to get the target into psych ward. And it took many years, but I succeeded in that. And they set me up for that. They were working to have people target me, and then it's like you react to the target and be like, oh, look, this person's unhinged. Kind of Darbo, it's called Darbo. Program uses Darbo tactics. The FBI monkeys harass the target you, and then sideline. And then your reactions, they target you with covert abuse, and your reaction to the abuse will be overt. They go, oh, this guy's problems. So, I was concerned that they might murder me there, like take me out, make it look like suicide or an accident or something like that. So I started working into this like bullet point facts, like to work into every video as a lead in or like in the middle. Like what I just did about gang stalking. Less than a minute explaining gang stalking in simple terms. So yeah, if I go to a psycho or prison institution, I say I die in the county, I haven't taken me out somehow. They tried to take me out before, but I've been proven to be hard to kill things together. Jag sa det där både datorn och sånt i sidan. Det är man sparar man. Jag mute myself. I might turn on the microphone on. I feel like talking. You should subscribe to me on Bumble if you don't want to miss out. I stream over there, sometimes I go live on the Rumble. And there's videos that I upload on Rumble. And there might be more videos I make in the future go to Rumble. Certain topics, it's easy to make them, cover them on Rumble. there's quite a lot of Christians who I've seen participate in persecution ministries. I keep an eye on the channel. I saw I put a video recently. Now, him targeting me personally for the gang soccer with not his dog abuse tactics, that's a different topic. But he has plenty of heresies on his channel. Recently taught a video on where it's like he's marked by being imprecise and confident, like a false confidence, where he's teaching something that's not true with confidence. And one of his problems, I'm an accurate person. He's very inaccurate, like sloppy and inaccurate, like all or nothing thinking, which is a mark of overly simplistic cult type, like dumb people. So it's like, and acting like he's certain of things when he can't be certain. So he talked about people that teach against scientific laws, not for scientific laws. It's like, yeah, these people that examples, and I've told them this before, you hear people, I'm a faithful and Orthodox Christian, so I teach salvation for faithful only once and always saved. And I'll encounter people like this myself and be like, oh, so you mean to tell me that I could do X, Y, and Z and they give like a list of sins? You mean I could go rob a bank and still go to heaven? Just because I just believed the gospel one time? Or something like this. And it's like, yeah, okay. Now Jack McGoss is like, when people say this, they're telling on themselves. If they say that, that means that they themselves are fantasizing about robbing a bank or something like this, which is not true, okay, by default. It's like inaccurate. Meaning, I believe if I go to the Swedish church, it's a heretic church, and they have like a religious by laws old lady, like vintage Swedish person, it's like more wholesome than the average person. It's like they don't cuss, they don't smoke, and it's like they're like keep it together, okay. And I told them it's like I'm a faithful Christian. I teach salvation, but faith only gets saved by believing the gospel one time, and you're good to go to heaven. Like a person like that, like an old lady, like lost Christian, could be like, well, so you mean to tell me I could walk home from church and rob a bank right now and still go to heaven? That doesn't mean that she's confessing that she's like that's what she wants to do. Okay, so it's possible to use extreme examples to make a point. Okay. And he's a Christian gang stalker. I wouldn't be surprised. His reference to what I've been teaching. I've been teaching the average Christian man is a filthy degenerate, watches porn, and since he gets convicted, so he wants to be like, well, people that talk about something, if you're talking about it, that means that you're doing it, thinking about something like this. Okay, no, bitch. I've overcome the sin of porn watch. I don't go around thinking about sex all the time. I self-control discipline. And I've gotten to a point where I don't, like the things I overcame, like I don't eat, I fast and eat one time a day. I don't eat sugar. I eat extreme low sugar diet. It's rare that I have something like sugar, or a substantial amount of sugar. And don't go around being hungry all the time thinking about sweets and treats. I quit drinking alcohol 100%, close to 6 months now I drop alcohol. And I don't go around thinking about drinking all the time. Pratar du med mig? Jag är live på nätet på mikrofonen. Ja. Det borde du veta, för du säger att jag sitter och pratar här ute. Så jag tror att jag sitter och pratar högt för mig själv, och jag tror att det betyder att jag har på mikrofonen på liveströmmen. Va? Vill du att jag ska göra ordning en kanna vatten och ställa kylskåpet? Nej. Yeah, so he said gaslighting, coward, and he's probably living in fear of people finding out that he's a Christian gang stalker. I mean, Jackson makes talk all the time about the sin of heresy and how these people are going to hell. I guess that proves by his logic that he must be dreaming and fantasizing about heresy, because he's always talking about other people being involved in heresy. It's always talk about like every day about other people are heretics and they're demonically inspired to teach heresy and things along those lines. So I guess that must be that he's secretly like fantasized about being a heretic and teaching heresy for Satan or something like this. That's it. So it's like a teacher needs to be precise, and that's what the Jack Smack flags. And it's also part of this stalking murder cult, gang stalking, and it's something that they're covering up. Ministries and Christians, I've seen a lot of Christians targeted for gang stalking program. They're involved in this program. They're part of a secret conspiracy, doing despicable things, and in like cult brainwashing, it's like yeah, they have some way to justify it, where it's like they got touched by smear camp, and it's like yeah, the target is a demon or something. It's not bad to do this to them, but it's like they had to hide it because the average person would be appalled and would not be going on with it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about Christian men being filthy porn addicts and sugar addicts, and then people go, Mike, that means that you're doing it first. No, it doesn't. I only teach against things that I overcome myself. Meaning, I don't talk about people eating 3 times a day and criticizing that, and I'm doing myself. It's after I've been doing omit fasting consistently for 3-4 years, I start promoting discipline, talk about how a lot of people are too undisciplined to fast, and it'd be good for the average Christian if they can learn to have more discipline and fast. So Jack Mack is a heretic and a repute of his heresies. One of the heresies he's been pushing out is the crossless gospel, which shows this work for Satan. If any man give any other gospel, then we should preach and let it be accursed. Another thing he's been teaching, which is heretical, is you could call it partial compartmentalized sinless perfectionism, where he teaches that 100%, notice it's like imprecise, 100% this person teaching heresy right now, the lost going to hell 100%. And then he's also born the reprobate, where he goes, this person is lost, possibly also a reprobate, which shows that he doesn't understand. He's a blind lead on the blind. He doesn't understand the word reprobate. So it's like he has a wrong division of the IFB type. Where it's like there's lost people, then there's a subcategory, subgroup of lost people, reprobates. When in reality, reprobates apply to all lost people. So this is like how it is now. The most incompetent, mediocre people are in leadership positions, which is why the average Christian is so weak and blind, because they're listening to incompetent teachers and they end up being deceived. Let them know för att bli blind leads to the blind next to the blind lead the blind in the bottom of the ditch, the Bible teaches. So Jack Smack is a very wicked, sinful person. And I guess that's why he seems miserable and unhappy and depressed. He lacks joy, see, the fruit of the Spirit. He's been cursing himself with false gospel giving. He's been doing things. So it's like no wonder, like, and compare myself to the average person, how much joy I have in my life despite the persecution is remarkable. Like if I look at other Christian YouTubers or streamers, like how often you see joy or happiness or them having a good time, it's very rare. Like a lot of Christians come across as depressed. Like Jack Smack, just listen to his videos. He's like always angry, irate, or kind of like bland, flat, kind of neutral, okay? And he don't sense any like joy or something like this in him. And it's like it's been enough hours of him on video to be like, for years he's been like marked by being unhappy. See, I pick up on that. Which is no wonder, because the birthright of a Christian is to be able to walk after the Spirit. The fruits of the Spirit are joy, peace, long suffering, meekness, temperance, things like this. So Christians that are in the flesh, carnal Christians, they lack joy. And they might experience what I call dog happiness, which like a dog is hungry, he eats, feels good. It's like a dog scratches themselves. They have like fleas and they scratch, it feels good because it's like it scratches the itch, okay. So lost people are as brute beasts, okay. Well, man, see, there is a beast. There's one diet, so diet the other. Yea, they have all one breath. See Ecclesiastes. I think it's chapter 3. Or is it 7? I don't. Okay, okay. Before chapter 10 of Ecclesiastes. Um. So, lost people are like animals in a lot of ways. They lack spiritual life. They lack eternal life, spiritual life, and they're altogether carnal, like physical, natural. So, thanks to God, despite all the hardship and the persecution and everything else, it's like supernatural. Like, look at my life, what I've been going through. Physical, mental issues. It's like suffering persecution. And like everything, my financial status and living alone and things like this. It's like, it's remarkable how much joy and happiness I have in my life. Like, despite, and that's one of the blessings of being a Christian. You can live above your natural circumstances. With lost people, if they knew the truth, what they go through, like, how is this guy not like miserable all the time? See? So that's one of the benefits of being a Christian, where you can overcome sin. And I gotta mute myself. I gotta greet some people. Yes, I greeted some people. So if I live stream, do IRL streams in the supermarket, I don't go around the stream. I'm live streaming here, okay. I don't need to, okay. There's like CCTV cameras in the roof and it's legal to do what I'm doing, so there's no expectation of privacy in public. Now if I'm like with friends or family or some kind of gathering or like, I don't know, it's like as like a favor, whatever. It's like I let people know it's like I'm live right now, okay. And then be like, I just muted myself, and then I let them know it's like I turn all the mic things I did because it's like, I don't know, to decrease of some kind of issue. Which like someone gets a phone call, be like, yeah, my pin code is this, buy me this on the way over, something like this. Okay, the pin code for my ATM is this. So I got that in mind to mute it. Okay, so it's like I keep. It's like when I'm live streaming like this, it's like there's more of like like verify the mic is off, and then if I gotta say something, like private or something like this. Yeah, so a Christian has the ability to transcend their circumstances, and another thing is this is what we talk about. Yes, there needs to be discipline. I've been promoting that, and being a man that stands out and how disciplined I am. See? Meaning, it's like I'm a Christian that's gone from eating a high sugar diet to less than 10 grams of sugar per day. The average American consumes 88 plus grams of sugar per day. I eat one time a day, fast 20 hours per day, and have been doing that consistently for 6 years, not 1 week. Okay, I've overcome porn watching. Whereas a young man, I have to admit it, I'll be like the average guy in Sweden who watches porn at least once a week playing with himself. You know what I mean? And I got that point where it's like it's been more than 6 months not doing it once. So apparently I had the ability to be disciplined, overcome things. I decided to quit. Okay, and stay quit. And here's the point: it's not pure willpower and discipline. And in my experience, here's the truth: what I learned: things can take discipline to get into. But if you stay the course, staying quit is easy. So it takes discipline and willpower to quit something. But if you, and it's like a short amount of time, see? Meaning, when I quit sugar cold turkey for maybe a week, 3 days to a week, I was feeling crummy and things like this. I believe sugar is a drug. So if you eat as the average person does, more than 20 grams sugar a day, and then you go like, as a protocol diet, like 0 grams of sugar for a week, you start feeling like bad. Okay, like me if I quit smoking cigarettes. Okay. Um, so anyway, now after overcoming that and like going cold turkey and like staying off sugar, I've reintroduced sugar at a low infrequent amount to a point where I don't become addicted to it again. Meaning it's like 0 grams today, 0 grams tomorrow, third day maybe 7 grams of sugar in my OMAD meal. Okay. And what is that I don't have problems to fast. So it's like a lot of these things are going from not fasting to OMAD fasting, quitting sugar, stopping this, starting that. Took like discipline in the beginning. It was like I feel like doing the thing that I decided to quit. Okay. And it's like now it's willpower discipline, like hold yourself back. Like going to OMAD fast, for example. Starting out like, okay, I'm not gonna eat, and I pick a time, either the day before or the start of the day. It was like wake up and be like, okay, I won't eat until, and then pick a time, and then stick to it. And it takes this, but we might feel like you're eating, but it's like, no, I'm not eating. Hold yourself back, control yourself. As easy for me to hold this birthright. So your sin nature, the lust to sin in your sin nature, is like a hunger, see. Esau has sold his birthright. What is your birthright as a Christian? Fruit of the Spirit. The power to overcome sin, to walk after the Spirit, joy, peace, long suffering. That's a birthright, a fruit of the Spirit. After you get saved, you're adopting the child of God's family, you're a child of God, accepting the beloved. And now you have fruit of the Spirit, as long as you remain in the Spirit, walk in the Spirit, joy, peace, see? Peace, joy and peace, that's very valuable. That the world cannot have. Okay. So now when you yield to sin, you lose your birthright. So anyway, it's important. I've told this topic before, like the Christian walk and from the scriptures. The prodigal son too deals with this. So what is the simple truth? As a Christian, path to success. Walk after the Spirit. This I said, and walk after the Spirit, you should not lust for the flesh. The flesh lusts against the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that you would. Okay? So basically, as long as you walk after the Spirit, you're not serving sin. But you will have temptations, and if you yield to the temptation, give in to it, now you're in walk after flesh. Okay? So when you sin, you lose fellowship. You walk in darkness, not after the Spirit in the flesh. You lose fellowship with God the Father. And this is taught about in the parable of the prodigal son, where he wanted to spend his inheritance and go away. And so notice how he made a decision because he wanted to like live riotously, okay? Like he wanted for pleasure, like have a good time, quote unquote, whatever. And he ended up hating it. And notice how I've been teaching how to restore fellowship is to confess your sins. Now, what happened when he leaves, that's him sinning. Okay, that teaches you about the Christian walk. That's him sinning. And then when he returns to his father, the first thing out of his mouth, Father, I have sinned. See? So what happens, time of events, before he's in fellowship in his father's house having a feast again? Before he's entering into his father's house, he confesses his sin. Father, I have sinned. See? That's just so fellowship. He lost his birthright. Like, there were certain birthrights. You're born a son in this household. Maybe he had manservants. Like, your father's responsible, put food on the table, take care of these things like this. Okay? And it's like, he was like designed to be as a man, like a servant, stuff like this. So, in his father's house. So I think that their father was like above baseline financial. He was like a poor guy, okay? So he was like a good household. So he went away and he's like living righteously. And eventually starts hating it. Let's talk about the chastening. If any man, but if he be well chastised, then he bastard not sons. From whom love he's chastened and scourged from some he receives. So when you're not going to like it, God will chasten you. And that's intended to push you back into fellowship. So he returns to his father, goes, Father, I've sinned. So that prodigal son is teaching you about the Christian walk. And I've taught him that before and can do it again. Maybe I'll do a sermon on it one of these days. But we teach it. basically, Christian walk, confess your sins, okay? And don't yield to your sin nature, because even if you walk after the Spirit, you have temptations come up. We can feel tempted, drawn away by your lust. You can feel drawn like a gravitational pull to do a bad thing, and you have to say no, okay? So, some of the benefits of being a Christian is it's not like for me, like where it's like it's all willpower every day, like stay quit now, watch porn, and like I'm feeling it, doing it all the time. No, I overcome it. I don't have the same desires. I don't feel like all the time. Like I feel like opening up some dirty video and play with myself. So I lost the interest, the desire. But back when I was in the scene, then I was like feeding it, and same with sugar. When I was eating it, I eat sugar. Next day I feel like a sweet like craving again. But like once I quit it, it's like oh I'm quit now, and I don't go around feeling hungry and like sweet cravings all the time. So as a Christian, experientially, I know that it's possible to overcome sin and not be. So it's like me when I fast for hours a day. I don't watch porn. I don't eat sugary stuff. It's not that I'm like suffering, like hating it. I just don't feel like watching porn at this point. I don't have like feel like an urge to go do it. I don't feel like go around all the time when I'm fasting, hungry, feel like eating and hold myself back. I just don't have the desires. So certain things take discipline to quit, and then it's smooth sailing. See, in general. So it's like you have to overcome the hump of the systems. It's like you're going from eating 3 times a day your whole life in a high sugar diet to doing OMAD fasting. It's like yeah, the first week or two, you'll be hard. But if you got into this steady course, you can get to the point where it's not that hard anymore. Which one? Now today I break my fast sooner than usual, and I might eat which I eat one time here and another time after coming home again. So I might make another video on this. I told on this before. I might make another video teaching on this topic. It's pretty much like we do the things I've taught in past live streams. Like part of this I taught in one live stream, part of another one of things in this. And a lot of times I end up redoing videos on the same topic, and it's not just pointless. It could be a need. What I've taught this before. There's like 30 minutes of crashing out after being harassed or something like this in the middle of the kind of low the quality of the stream. So it's like maybe I make a video teaching on this 30 minutes and it'll be better. Okay. So this room for improvement. I've got to turn on mute now. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna end this live stream again later. We'll see.